Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Queen Camilla's visit to Wimbledon stirred up more than just centre court drama. It triggered a royal row online after Good Morning Britain contributor Narinder Kaur took issue with how spectators were prompted to rise for the Queen's arrival. Camilla received a warm welcome and a standing ovation as she entered the royal box on Wednesday alongside her sister, Annabel Elliot. But footage from the moment shows aides gently tapping seated audience members on the shoulder to prompt them to stand, a gesture that left Narinder fuming. "Am I actually seeing this right?" she posted on social media. "Those women are tapping people to get up for Camilla? What a despicably egotistical, vile thing to do. Who on earth behaves like this?" Her outburst sparked a flurry of responses, some in agreement, others defending the long-held tradition. "I wouldn't have got up," one follower replied. "It's an absolute nonsense." Another user added, "The minders are tapping people to stand up. If this happened to me, I would make a fuss for touching me." Still, not everyone saw a scandal. Many defended the gesture as part of royal etiquette. One social media user responded, "This is called showing respect for the office, regardless of what one thinks of a person in that office." Others insisted it was simply British tradition, not personal ego. King Charles has earned himself a new nickname, King Cool, after being spotted picking up litter on a beach in Deal, Kent during the latest UK heatwave. Dressed in a light beige suit, white shirt and tie, not exactly your typical beach wear, the 76-year-old monarch kept his cool in the sun with a pair of stylish sunglasses as he joined a local beach cleanup effort. While he used a little picker for most of the task, at one point he was seen bending down to collect a discarded plastic bottle with his bare hand, dropping it into a bin bag held by a nearby volunteer. Photos of the king in action quickly spread online, drawing praise from royal watchers. One fan posted, "I adore him," while another simply declared, "King Cool." During the French state visit to the UK, President Emmanuel Macron found himself at the centre of a minor royal controversy, this time for appearing to outpace King Charles during a ceremonial inspection of troops at Windsor Castle. As the two heads of state walked along the Grenadier and Scots Guards on July 8th, eagle-eyed viewers noted that Macron walked a few steps ahead of the king for much of the procession. This prompted swift reaction online, with one observer quipping, "Shouldn't he know he's not supposed to walk in front of the king? Dude truly thinks he's Napoleon." Others labelled the moment disrespectful and lacking in decorum. The moment drew comparisons to a similar episode in 2018, when President Donald Trump infamously walked ahead of Queen Elizabeth II, at one point even blocking her path. Trump's misstep drew widespread criticism at the time, with some interpreting the act as a breach of etiquette or even a snub. But according to GB News royal correspondent Cameron Walker, the traditional rules around royal protocol often make allowances during state visits. It is perhaps custom that the king, as the host, gives way to the foreign head of state, which is the honoured guest at Windsor Castle. Macron also raised eyebrows earlier in the day when he greeted Princess Kate on the tarmac at RAF Northolt with a kiss on the hand. While unexpected, the gesture is not technically a breach of royal protocol. The royal family's official guidance makes clear that there are no obligatory codes of behaviour when meeting members of the royal family, though many opt for bows or curtsies as a sign of respect. King Cool did give Macron a light-hearted heads-up about royal life during the recent state visit, specifically the royal dogs. During the stop at Windsor Castle, the king reportedly warned his guest about the family's energetic pack of pups. According to professional lip reader Nicola Hickling, King Charles said of his dogs, Snuff, Molly and Bluebell, "If you so much as cough, they start to bark. It may disturb your peace." Macron and the royals also exchanged banter about Prince William's towering height during their visit. According to Hickling, Macron remarked, "He's incredibly tall," to which King Charles replied, "He is very tall. He's 6'1". He is ever so." But William corrected his father, saying, "Actually, I'm 6'3". Macron responded with a laugh. "Unlike us, we're short." More palace in just a moment. And as a reminder, our new spin-off series, Crown and Controversy, is out. Episode 1 dropped last week, and you can get a new episode every Sunday. It kind of takes off where The Crown left us on TV, and it starts season 1 with the courtship of William and Kate. And you can get that wherever you get your podcasts like this one, Crown and Controversy. Please check it out. And it's from your family and friends here at Calaroga Shark Media, and we appreciate the support. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, delivered a deeply moving message from King Charles during a visit to Bosnia, marking the 30th anniversary of the Srebrenica genocide. Sophie, on her first official visit to the country, travelled to the town of Srebrenica, where more than 8,000 Muslim men and boys were murdered in July 1995. She began by introducing herself simply as Sophie and thanked the families of the victims for their invitations. At the Srebrenica Memorial Center, a former battery factory where many had sought refuge, she paused to view the personal items of those killed, including shoes and jackets on display in a UK-backed exhibit. She then wrote in a condolence book, "Our duty must be to remember all those lost so tragically and to never let these things happen again. It is only by working together that we find peace." She signed it simply, Sophie. During the main ceremony, which featured readings, musical tributes, and a somber montage of wartime imagery, the Duchess read aloud from one of the most significant speeches of the day, a personal message from Charles which said he was greatly saddened not to attend in person and spoke of his deep respect for the mothers of Srebrenica, praising their extraordinary courage, compassion, and dignity. He added, "Their incredible resilience under such unbearable circumstances is a lesson to us all." Victoria Ward in The Telegraph thinks the FBI dropping Epstein case is bad news for Prince Andrew. Ward writes, "There should be no popping of champagne corks at Royal Lodge, the Duke's Windsor home. Rarely has there been such a Pyrrhic victory. For while the decision not to pursue those connected to Epstein may well be a weight off the Duke's shoulders, it changes nothing. In fact, one could argue the decision to close the case does not help him at all. If the Duke is innocent, as he has long protested, he would have been better served by the FBI either opening its files to the public or conducting a thorough investigation, put him through the ringer, and then exonerate him once and for all." Stripped of his military titles, his charity affiliations, and his pride, the Duke was cut adrift. The phrase "innocent until proven guilty" had never seemed less apt, but in reality, the damage to the Duke's reputation had been inflicted a long, long time ago. From the moment Miss Joffrey told her story to a newspaper in 2011, it was hit by hammer blow after hammer blow. The Duke has already lost everything, reduced to pottering around the expansive grounds of his Windsor mansion, riding his horses and playing golf. He can barely raise his head above the parapet. His brand has never been more toxic. For a senior member of the royal family who once so clearly loved his once lofty status, it has been a punishing lesson. One thing is for sure, given the price he has already paid, the FBI's decision not to pursue an investigation will be perceived by his closest circle of friends and advisors as an exoneration. They will want it recognized in the form of a public apology. They may even believe that he should be reinstated to his former position within the royal family. That will never happen. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have a new show out from Calaroga Shark Media. It's called Celebrity Trials. And if you love true crime, this is your show. It follows the current big daily trials going on in the United States for the most part, and some classic celebrity trials over the past decades. And you can get that podcast daily, wherever you get your podcasts. Check it out, Celebrity Trials. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.